To be honest, I wanted to see this movie when it first appears in the theaters. But sadly, I didn't have the time until it showed up in the movie festival and I get to watch it for free. However, if I have to pay, I would still watch it. Because this movie is amazing and it's something that my country should be proud of. Go Indonesia! Good morning, afternoon, evening everyone. Hi, my name is Mira and welcome back to my channel. Hope you are having a wonderful day, and if not, I hope this video would make you feel like you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here, and before I move on, please don't forget to click that bell button besides my subscribe button so you'll be notified if I upload something new. A little prelude before we start this movie review. I have to say, as an Indonesian, I do not watch many Indonesian movies. I know, sad. Especially for someone who wants to be proud of her own country, specifically in the movie industry. It's not that I hate regular Indonesian movies, but I found most of them to be either extremely cheesy, extremely romantic, extremely absurd, or just extremely stupid. There's a lot of extreme there, I know. But to sum it up, I just can't enjoy most Indonesian movies that much. And believe me, I've tried to watch some of them, but I just can't process them. Therefore, I started to be more specific. I look for movies that actually screen in international festival that has a difference from other movies. And Marlina the Murderer in 4 acts is on top of the list right now. The storyline itself is simple. A woman named Marlina is a widow that just wants to protect her house and her late husband. Yes, you hear it right. It was her late husband that she was protecting. More on that later. But instead, she got robbed and raped. But being the fearless woman that she is, she ends up murdering her robbers and starts a journey where she ultimately have to face with the rest of the robbers, trying to report the crime to the police, and finally letting go of her prisoner. There. I won't tell you anymore because I don't want to tell you more spoilers. Just trust me that it's better for you to watch this movie by yourself instead of listening to someone else talks about it. Just trust me on this one. Okay, few things first. Obviously, this movie has raving reviews and was screened at a lot of international festivals. I'm pretty sure I will put some of them here in my screen. And the story is really thick with Indonesian culture and belief, specifically from Sumba region. And for those of you who don't know, Sumba is located in East Nusa Tenggara province, a really beautiful province that even I am not familiar with, and I live in Indonesia. This shows how big Indonesia really is, or just that I just haven't traveled enough in my own country. One of those two. Some of the cultures includes MacLeod burial, and if you guys know more about this than I do, please correct me, where when someone is buried, there will be like a huge stone kind of house that was built to commemorate them instead of just, a slab. The burial culture itself is shown with Marlina's husband's mummy, a burial process according to Marabu, an ancient Sumba belief where when a person is dead, they would be buried in an almost fetal position as a sign of rebirth. And then there's the horses mentioned as a gift for the bride. There's a belief that if the gifts, the horses in this scenario, is not given to the bride, then the marriage would be broken. I don't even think that's a belief. I think that's an actual culture. Also, the movie not only showed the culture and beliefs, the entire movie is actually spoken in a native tongue. No, it's not Indonesian. The dialogue itself is not Indonesian. I would know if it's Indonesian, but it's not. It's a language or a dialect that I don't even know existed until now. Yes, that's how diverse our beautiful country really is. Secondly, this movie is aesthetically beautiful. The director tries to depict this movie in a Western feeling but with Indonesian's beauty and culture. You can see the violence and the idea of a Lone Ranger and the robbers, naturally. Furthermore, outdoors depicted in this movie is very gorgeous, very real, and makes me want to visit Sumba. Sure, the bus might not be a real bus and just came by every 1 hour, but I would walk on those dry dirt so I can enjoy the quiet, the beautiful savannas and steppes of the island. And I love how the dialogue is simple yet very snarky, so I can really enjoy the comedy as well. Then comes Marlina herself. In the first act, we saw her as this widow who probably don't have anything to lose and just want to have enough money to actually bury her late husband. But then we learn that she is fierce, she is smart, and she definitely can defend herself. It's a refreshing representation than just your average female character in an Indonesian movie. Then we saw her being disappointed by the police, which is an accurate representation of how some people is treated by the authorities, really. We see her in many emotions: anger, fear, resentment, sadness, desperate, and we indulge her character layer by layer. My eyes are fixated on her and what she would do next, how she interpret and act on a certain situation, and I love how in the end the focus of the movie slowly moves to Marina's best friend, which is Novi. Novi is pregnant, and I mean really pregnant. She started this journey as a chipper and simple housewife that just wanted to visit her husband despite her situation. No. But in the end, she became the final hero that actually saved Marlina. I guess this is what I didn't expect. The kind Novi would be actually able to swing a sword and behead someone in order to save a friend while she was in labor. That whole sentence is mind-blowing. Imagine if you have to watch it, which I assume you have. From here we can see how both characters has so evolved for their good. From this we can see how far both characters evolved for their good. Marlina was angry and took someone's head as her prisoner, but her journey is finished once she put the head back to place and she became defenseless again because her friend was in the other room and was taken hostage. Well, Novi, being a simple but pregnant housewife, doesn't want any trouble at first and even, persuade Marlina to go into confession. You already know what happened to her in the end. The exact opposite. Believe it or not, this movie actually depicted the reality of how women in rural areas or inland is being treated. The oppression, the patriarchal society is very thick, that sometimes women feel that they just cannot breathe. Yet Marlina defied all odds with her friend, fighting for her life, and along the way of the journey we saw many forms of ignorance that the women have to face, acting as a reminder that such dreadful things still exist. So, bottom line as always, should you watch this movie? In technical aspect, the fact that this movie is separated into 4 acts would let you concentrate on each part better, understand each theme, and see the evolution that all the characters experience. Not to mention, this movie has the most gorgeous Indonesian scenes I've seen yet, and it is rich with our culture and belief. This is Indonesia with the bad and the good, and I have to say that I'm still proud of it. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if this video is going to be long, but I hope you guys like it. I hope you have a blast watching this movie, or at least listening to me talking about it, because this movie is really good. If you haven't watched it, you should. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe as always if you like this video, and do check out my other videos. You have at least 2 of them in the end of my video after this. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Mostly on Instagram, I post random things there. You'll see how random I can be there. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.